We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Denver Broncos.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down. Jenkins escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
7. Broncos, nothing. Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the gun, Jenkins. He'll go up top. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. K.J. Hamler, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball out of the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. On first and goal, Gurley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
7-yard line.
Third and goal, Gurley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal.
21-yard attempt.
Rohrwasser's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 6.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
45, 45. Mike, 45. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jenkins. That's caught over the middle by Fant. 7 yards, the pickup there.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. The pass there complete to Sutton. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Right there, 54, right there.
From the gun, Jenkins. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will knot us up at 10. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
Falcon first down.
Here we go. Black 80! Hey, gun. 2.
Here's Gurley now out of the gun. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down right around the 37. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
17 yards.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line.
With the score tied 10-10.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo, the linebacker Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over. I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Justin Rohrwasser for the
So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
Oh, what a move. And he returns this to the 22.
return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Throwing after the interception. Jenkins. He'll let this go deep for Rook. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
9-yard line.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought
Yeah,
down.
I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
First down, Atlanta.
It appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
And the Falcon first down.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Todd Gurley, the ball carrier.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
brought down at about the 42. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
That was a nice job defensively. You could almost see him going through the coaching points. Adjust, find the football, knock it away. Well executed.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a carry for Lindsey. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. He's 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And here's a quick throw to Hamler on the edge. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Operating from the gun, Jenkins. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st down, Jenkins. He's going to air one out. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on, and it's 2nd down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coach are both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
At the 34-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Screen pass to Lindsey. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And an incomplete pass.
Jenkins pass.
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
On third down, here's Lindsey. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And his kick is indeed good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And going for Ayuk again. This time he's got him. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
It's 3rd down.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Garoppolo now. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use it. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Again, he targets Ridley. This time, it's complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He's going to field this at the 4. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. The final shot before break. Jenkins. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Final shot before break. Jenkins. And that is incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out and, okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up, and now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
To throw on 2nd down, Jenkins. That's going to be caught by Judy. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal coming up as he's out of bounds right around the 5-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block?
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Phillip Lindsay. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Their own 39-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Got a man open, it's Sutton.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
38-yard.
A big pickup of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Gurley. Good move at the 30. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
He was
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former 1st-round pick, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
1 yard to go.
Let's go. Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles. Hey, come on, y'all, come on, 11.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Falcons.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation. On
2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
I'll tell you, as a defender, you've got to make life as difficult as possible when you're trying to cover a big tight end because you know his catch radius is huge. He's unable to pull that one in, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
First down.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. 12 yards there and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On first down, Garoppolo throwing the out route and complete. That's Jones.
Complete.
Well, sometimes it doesn't appear like much. The out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, he can turn into a big play. But the reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 31 yards there and a first down. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer.
Justin Rohrwasser.
People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that, and wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
To kick off for the Falcons.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
There on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5.
Now it's Lindsey. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Check back.
Back to throw. Jenkins flushed out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
37.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Garoppolo. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And it's up and good.
Makes the score Broncos 44. Falcons.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Number 21, Todd Gurley.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Garoppolo took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. This is intercepted. Picked off by Michael O.J. Mudia. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Lindsey. And he's got some space here. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Gain of 9
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to make 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down and actually aids the defense in that situation. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He was tackled at the
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there.
ball carrier.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 2 yards on that play. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10 and 1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5 and 6. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.